Okay, welcome to your first lesson for this week for volume and capacity. Now, our aim for this week is we're going to be able to compare, order, and record the volume of two or more objects by marking the change in the water level. So our success criteria, what we're all going to be able to do by the end of the week, is we're going to be able to mark the water level when an object when it is submerged. And submerged means when the object is fully underneath the water. We're going to be able to recognize that changing the shape of an object does not change the amount of water that it displaces. And we're going to learn more about that word displace later on in this video. We're going to be able to record volume and capacity comparisons using drawings, numerals, and words. So we're going to start off with reading this book. It's called Mr. Archimedes Bath by Pamela Allen.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Read to You channel. The book we're going to be reading today is Mr. Archimedes Bath by Pamela Allen. Let's get started. Mr. Archimedes Bath. Mr. Archimedes' bath always overflowed. And Mr. Archimedes always had to clean up the mess. Can anyone tell me where all this water came from? Mr. Archimedes decided to find out. He put just a little water in the bath, as he always did, and this time he measured the depth. He draws a line. But the water rose. Where did all this water come from? Bellowed Mr. Archimedes. I don't know, said Kangaroo. It's not my fault, said Goat. I didn't do it, said Wombat. But when Mr. Archimedes measured it again, he found the water had gone down. Mr. Archimedes was puzzled. Somebody must be doing this, he shouted. Where's it all gone? Maybe it's you, Kangaroo. You stay out and we shall see if it happens again. The water rose. When Mr. Archimedes measured it, he found it had gone down again. Now let's see what happens when you are left out, Goat. Again the water rose. That left only Wombat to blame. Mr. Archimedes was angry. Get out and stay out, he shouted. Same thing happened. Who could be responsible if it wasn't Kangaroo and it wasn't Goat and it wasn't Wombat? Could it be Mr. Archimedes? The friends decided he should have a bath all to himself. He climbed in and the water rose. He climbed out, and the water fell until there was just the same amount Mr. Archimedes had put in. Mr. Archimedes got so excited, he jumped in and out, to make the water go up and down. Eureka! I found it, he shouted. Jump in, everyone! And the bath overflowed. See? said Mr. Archimedes. We make the water go up. There are just too many of us in the bath, that's all. The friends had so much fun that night, jumping in and out, making the water go up and down, that they made more mess than ever before.
So now I want to ask you, does the water rise at home when you get in the bath? Yeah, I thought so. When I get in the bath, the water goes higher than how much water I put in it. So that is actually what displacement of water is. So we're going to come back to that, and I'm going to talk about, just remind you what volume is. So volume is how much that is actually in a container. We can describe containers as being full, half full, or empty. So you can see here that this container here is full because the water is all the way to the top. This container here is half empty because I can see I've got my measurement here of 1 liter, 1,000 mils, and the water's only going up to halfway. So it is half empty. But if you look here, that is exactly the same. It could be half full or half empty. As long as it only has half in the container, you can use both words, either half empty or half full. This one here is nearly empty because it is less than half. Here's half, and there's less than half of the water in it, so therefore we would use the word nearly empty. This one here is nearly full because it's at the top here, but it's not quite at the top of the container, which would be the top here. And this one, well, this one's just completely empty with no water in it. So now capacity. Capacity is a measure of how much something can hold. So this juice container here is 500 milliliters, and it is completely full to the top. That means we know we can use capacity to talk about how much liquid this container can hold when it is full. It is at full capacity. But this is the same bottle here, but I've drunk half my juice. So there's less volume of juice in the container, but the container still holds the exact same amount of juice. I've just drunk half of it. So the capacity is the same, but there is less juice in this bottle, which means there is less volume of juice in the bottle, but the capacity of the bottle stays the same. So now displacement, going back to Mr. Archimedes' bath, what causes the water to be displaced in the book? Have a look at this picture. Look at all the animals in there. The animals are what caused the water to displace, and the water came out of the bath because it had risen due to the animals hopping in it. So displacement is when an object enters the water, just like this picture, the animals have entered the water, and it pushes out the water to make room for itself. The object pushes out a volume of water that is equal to its own volume. And this is called displacement. We can see displacement when we take a bath. As we get into the bathtub, the water level rises. Displacement can happen when any object enters the water. And you're going to watch tomorrow in Tuesday's video, I'm going to be doing an experiment of displacement in water with different objects. So you'll have to watch Tuesday's video tomorrow so you can see me do that experiment. Your Jamboard activities for today, is you're going to be moving these items, these glasses here, all of these into the correct column. So if you can see that this item here is half full, you need to move it into the column that says half full. And you need to keep going until all the pictures are moved into the correct columns. Your next activity is you're going to use the drawing tool to draw a line on the bottle to match this word underneath. So I'm going to do the first one for you. This word says full, so I need to draw my line all the way up here to match the word full because the bottle is full. So then for this one, empty, would I need to draw a line because there's no liquid in it? And I'm only drawing a line to mark the liquid in the bottle to match the word. So I might leave that one empty because there's no water in it. So you go ahead and do the next two in the Jamboard. And your last activity for today is you need to draw a line connecting the pictures with the correct capacity. So, not the volume that's in the picture, but the correct capacity. So this word here is full. I need to find something that has a full capacity. There we go. And then you need to go ahead and draw a line to connect the pictures for each of those.